What's up? What's happening? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Animation Station. You know, one stop is just your anything and everything animation, including a SpongeBob and a pineapple under the sea. Welcome back to SpongeBob Month 4. Apologies if I sound a little stuffy. My allergies are attempting to wage war on me again. So, apologies if I sound a little stuffy, and I do have a cough drop in my mouth. So, please excuse me if I sniffle a bit here or there or anything like that. I'm not sick. It's just allergies. Okay? Alright. Just want to let you know. And here, with that out of the way, we have episodes to review today. We have Born to Be Wild and Best FrEnemies. Let's start with Born to Be Wild. One of the most memorable, funny episodes of the season. In this episode, SpongeBob thinks there's a horrible biker gang coming to Bikini Bottom, and they're going to, destroy everything they touch, pretty much. So he tries to enlist Patrick to help him out after trying to enlist Mr. Krabs, and Squidward completely backfires. And they have to try and save the town before the biker gang get there. And then there's a twist, and yeah, it just goes from there. This episode is fantastic. It is absolutely hilarious. It is incredibly funny. It is extremely entertaining. And it's one of the most rewatchable episodes of the season. Is it a 10? No, not quite. I feel like the ending with Squidward is a bit flat and doesn't really go anywhere, so that's my only complaint. The ending's not very good, but outside of that, the whole episode is hilarious. The whole episode is extremely entertaining, and it's one I can definitely recommend to you. I have two highlights. The first one, when he first goes to Squidward's house to try and get someone to, help him with the biker gang. Alright, okay, SpongeBob, I know what to do. Turn around, get a good grip on your pants. There you go. When he just kicks him up into the sky after sounding so concerned. Yes, he does it. There is a better version of this joke in the later seasons where Squidward acts all incredibly, concerned, and then he just calmly walks out his back window. I don't remember which episode it was, but that's pretty much the funnier version of this joke, but this joke is still very good. And then the second one, you guys know what I'm gonna say, it's the diet blood gag. It shouldn't make me laugh, because it's something that I should have been able to see coming from a mile away, but for some reason it always catches me by surprise. An honorable mention to the biker costumes for SpongeBob and Patrick. They are really cool suits. So yeah, that's pretty much all my thoughts summed up on this episode. It's great, it's funny, it's entertaining. It just kind of stumbles a bit at the end. Overall final verdict for this episode is a high 9 out of 10, one of the best of the season, and one I definitely recommend to you if you haven't watched it yet. Which, if you haven't, what are you doing? Go watch it right now. Also, a nice little thing I want to talk about is that there's a little bit of a continuity reference where during the suit up montage you can see Patrick's wearing Goofy Goober underwear. Yep, just like in the SpongeBob movie. Nice little detail. Okay, let's move on to Best FrEnemies. Okay, I can't call this episode great, but it's definitely very good. And another really good Krabs and Plankton episode. A lot like New Leaf. Not as great as New Leaf, but it's still pretty good. In this episode, a new restaurant comes into the Krusty Krab. Well, restaurant's a bit of a loose term, because they're just serving kelp shakes. And at first, Krabs thinks it's Plankton's doing, but then it turns out that it was neither of their doings, so now they have to try to put their differences aside and work together to figure out, the secret ingredient, or get them run out of business, that usual shtick. This one's really good because we actually get to see Krabs and Plankton work together against a common enemy. It's a really cool little plot that definitely flips the status quo on its head for a bit. And some of the stuff that they come up with is pretty ingenious, but it still constantly fails, and then there's the ending where a certain other thing is revealed, but we'll get there when we get there. Highlights for the episode include every time that Plankton ends up getting zapped or squashed or sprayed with something or just punished for trying to break into the kelp shake through insinuating circumstances. Like, it's funny. Every time it makes me laugh. It shouldn't, but it makes me laugh. And then the second highlight is, without a doubt, the ending, where it turns out that the kelp shake was made out of radioactive waste. Don't know why you didn't tell him that, Karen. And they turn into pretty much discount Grinches. There's not really another way to put it. But then they decide, well, since that business is closed down, he can go back to their old ways. And Krabs gives him a 10-second head start. And they're just glad that things are back to normal. Get back here, you little bugger! That final line never fails to crack me up. So yeah, this is a really good, really solid episode. Why can't I call it great? Because a lot of it does drag a bit, and there is some unnecessary bits in there. Like, the whole scene with Pearl was kind of pointless, and they really drag out this actual theft, which is both a good thing and also a bad thing because it means that the pace is slower than a rock dragging across concrete. But outside of those two big issues, I'd say this is still a pretty good episode. Final verdict's a 7 out of 10. Very enjoyable, very funny episode. I just can't call it great because of its pacing problems. Well, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time for the Aquatic Neptune SpongeBob reaction of the day, Time Machine.